Hello everyone and welcome back to another video where today we are going to be doing another airport update of Lexington Bluegrass Airport. I do apologize that this update is coming out a lot later than I expected it to. I was hoping to have this out kind of like toward the end of May, and that just did not happen because I was busy with the end of school. But now it's summer, so I have a lot more time on my hands to record updates like this. But yeah, so I'm not going to ramble too long. We do have a couple of pretty exciting things happening in today's update, also some less exciting things. But in terms of the exciting news, I have gotten some new general aviation and kind of private aircraft that I am debuting in today's update. Super excited about that. And as well as that, we have had our New York route on Delta start, so that will be included in today's update. But unfortunately, we've kind of seen kind of a decrease in mainline service from both Delta and American. We're no longer getting any American Airlines mainline, and Delta is down to just the 717s. Anyway, though, we'll get further into that as we get into the update. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started right here with this JSX ERJ 145. So basically, JSX kind of... We've gotten quite a few flights from them over the past couple of months. Charters, I believe they're sports charters, not 100% sure, but I assume that's what they're for UK or something. So yeah, this JSX ERJ 145 is just kind of hanging out here. We're gonna say is getting ready to head out on a ferry flight back out to Dallas Love Field. Moving on over here to the first of my brand new general aviation / private aircraft, we have a couple of Cessna Citation 550s. I'm super excited to finally have these. I got these from Aviation models over in the United Kingdom. So I highly recommend. They're really awesome. They're 3D printed, 1:400 scale. They are lovely looking, and I'm so happy to finally have some of these in an LEX update since, as you may know or may not, I don't know, LEX is kind of the only main airport for the Lexington area, and because of that, it does get all of the kind of larger business jet traffic and just general aviation traffic coming into Lexington, and so it has an absolutely huge presence for aircraft like these. So I'm so excited to finally be able to properly represent that. So in the foreground here, we have just a plain white Citation 550. We're gonna say this guy is just about to head out for a flight to Kalamazoo, Michigan. And in the background there, we have another Citation 550, this time with a black and white stripe tail. And we're going to say he, a few days ago, came in from San Diego and currently has no filed departure flight plan. Next right here, we have a Beechcraft King Air 350i. I did get a pack of 2 of these from Jet Set models, and they're, again, very, very nice, very cool. We do get a ton of these here at Lexington through various sources. We're going to say this one's operating for Wheels Up today. And we're going to say a few days ago, he arrived in from White Plains in New York. And is currently undergoing some maintenance as he waits for his next flight, whatever it may be. Kind of got a maintenance worker there under the tail, kind of just working on the aircraft. So we're going to say that's what's happening with him today. And finally, for our FBO ramp over here, we have a third Cessna Citation 550, this time with 2 little black stripes on the tail and 1 down the fuselage. Another very nice looking one. And we're going to say he's just kind of sitting here. No filed flight plans for a while. He's just kind of been hanging out here until he is needed again. Getting started with our passenger aircraft over here at Concourse B, we have an American Eagle, Embraer 175. And he arrived in from Dallas-Fort Worth earlier today and is going to be heading back out there. As I said earlier, American are no longer sending mainline here, so these E175s, CRJ 900s are the largest things we get from them now. Hopefully their mainline will eventually return, because I believe the last updates, they were sending both Charlotte and Dallas mainline, A319s and A320s. So definitely hoping that will return soon, but for the time being, we are no longer receiving it. So yeah, this Embraer 175 is just getting fueled up for Dallas. Next right here, we have an Allegiant 737 MAX 8 200. Allegiant have been receiving more and more of these, and as they have been doing so, we have been getting them here more and more frequently. Right now, they're kind of sticking around Allegiant's kind of bigger bases, so, you know, Orlando, Sanford, St. Petersburg, Punta Gorda, places like that. But I did want to also mention that Allegiant have restarted their summer seasonal routes for the year, being Myrtle Beach and Destin Fort Walton. We don't really get the maxes on those routes, so I'm not going to be representing them here today. And I believe I represented this in the last update, but we did also, Allegiant have also launched their service to Sarasota, Florida, which is pretty cool. Also not really on the maxes, so not really going to be representing that today, but they have launched that route. So yeah, but for today, this 737 MAX 8-200 has arrived in from St. Petersburg and is going to be heading out to Orlando, Sanford. Moving on over here, we have a Delta Boeing 717-200. Again, as I mentioned at the beginning, this is kind of the only mainline that Delta are sending now. We were formerly getting a combination of 737-800s and 900s and A319s and A320s, but unfortunately, we are now only getting the 717s for mainline, so hopefully Delta starts sending bigger stuff soon, but for the time being, I'm certainly not complaining, as I love the 717s, and they're becoming more and more rare all over the world, really. In the US is kind of the only place you can see them now, so definitely lucky to have them while we do. But yeah, so for the time being, the 717-200 arrived in from Atlanta earlier today and is going to be heading back out there. Moving on around the concourse right here, we have an American Eagle CRJ-700. So while we have stopped seeing American mainline on Charlotte and Dallas, we have actually been getting the CRJ-700s from Chicago O'Hare and Philadelphia more frequently, which is kind of interesting because those routes were previously operated on the CRJ-200s, but since American are no longer operating the CRJ-200s, their contract with Air Wisconsin has ended. We have been seeing the larger CRJ-700s on those routes, which is pretty cool. So yeah, the CRJ-700 arrived in from Philadelphia and is getting ready to head out to Chicago O'Hare. Continuing on over to our only aircraft sitting at Concourse A today, we have a United Express CRJ-550 that's kind of just hanging out idle, not really doing anything. I was kind of noticing that in United's schedule at the moment, they have a Chicago O'Hare flight that arrives in the evening, overnights, and then doesn't depart until, I think it's the 10 or 11 o'clock hour, just kind of later in the morning. So it's just kind of hanging out here for a really long time, which I found really interesting, as that's not super common for a route like this at an airport of this size, but I thought it was kind of neat that United do that, so I thought I'd represent it today. So yeah, this CRJ-550 came in from Chicago O'Hare yesterday, and it's just kind of hanging out, and eventually we'll start getting ready for his return flight back out there. And just taxiing out for departure right here, we have a Delta Connection CRJ-900. This is the aircraft operating our brand new New York LaGuardia route, which is so awesome to finally get. It's crazy that we have not had a service to New York since before the pandemic, that it just never came back, but it has finally returned on Delta Connection. It's going out once daily, and it's so great to finally have this back, and it's crazy how long it took to get this service, considering that Lexington has service to quite a few destinations, but for the longest time we just didn't have a flight to New York City, which was crazy, but we finally do. So yeah, this Delta Connection CRJ-900 came in from New York LaGuardia earlier today and is just getting ready to head back out there. And to end off the update here, we have a second Beechcraft King Air 350i. This one came in from Kansas City earlier today, just dropping some people off, and is currently lifting off runway 22 to head back out there. And with that does conclude today's airport update of Lexington Bluegrass Airport. I do want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I do apologize that this is coming out later than I thought it would, but, you know, better late than never, I suppose. In addition to that, I do think this will probably be the last video I put out before I head to Airliners International 2025 in Atlanta. So I'm super looking forward to that. I should have a couple of different videos that will come out that will kind of surround that with content around that. And if you are also going to the convention, feel free to come up and say hi to me. I would love to talk to people. I can be kind of socially awkward, to be honest, so I probably won't come up and talk to you unless I really recognize you. But I would love to talk to you if you want to come up to talk to me. So yeah, so again, thank you guys so much for watching, and yeah, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to my channel, and if you have time, leave a comment down below telling me your thoughts. Once again, I do hope you guys do have an incredible rest of your day, and with that, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.